Hello everyone and welcome to another training video. So I will be making a series of videos for the various helicopters I have in my hangar, the various procedures like for example start up, shut down, how to fly them. So we are going to start with the AW109SP by X-Trident for X-plane. Now in order not to make the video way too long, I have to split them. So here we are going to see the full start up procedure and shut down, and then in future videos we will see how to create a flight plan, how to fly using the instruments, how to make an instrument approach, and the various modes that this helicopter is capable of. So I will be using the checklist that is provided with the helicopter when you purchase it. So this is the checklist we are going to use. So various steps, engine pre-start, engine start. As you can see here, there are various engine start. We will be doing the normal engine start. So here, engine pre-start check. Okay, we're going to go outside for the initial checks. Now I've always kind of learned that you start a helicopter by having the door open, but anyway I need to open the door to get out. So there it is, the beautiful AW109SP by X-Trident. Okay, so let's bring in the checklist. So external covers and wheel chokes removed. So we will need this window. And of course, when doing the checklist and explaining things, it's going to take longer. But anyway. And once you do them a few times, you will see that you can even do them by memory. So here, we will start from the front and walk our way around the helicopter in an anti-clockwise direction. Now usually there are other things to check, but here we will just be removing in front the pitot cover. Here, those are the pitot tubes. I will remove the cover. There you are. And then here we are on the right side, so I will remove engine 2 cowling on the right. Here the engine 2 cover, and hope you will see there it is, the engine 2 plug. Of course in the actual check you will check other things like the gear and all, here the tail rotor brake, but here we are just removing those covers. So here we have the engine 1 plug, engine 1 cover, and the cowling. Now we will leave the wheel chokes on. There it is. Now doors closed and locked. So let's get back inside the helicopter. So as already said before, I like to leave the door open when I will be starting the engine. I can hear any abnormal sound. So now before proceeding with the checklist, let me explain at least the screens here, and then the other things as we progress in the checklist I will explain, because the way we call those screens might be a little bit confusing. So in the middle here we have the EDU, Engines Display Unit. Okay, and now this one on the right is EDU 1, and this one on the left is EDU 2. Okay, and now you have the PFD, Pilot Flight Display, and the MFD. Okay, but on the pilot side it's PFD 2 and MFD 2, or Navigation Display 2, ND2. Okay, the EDU is 1, but the PFD is 2, MFD is 2. So here EDU is 2, but PFD and MFD is 1. Okay, here also it's for the communication. This is 1, this is 2, and I will show you how you can set the frequencies and all after. So This is PFD1, PFD2, PFD1, MFD1, PFD2, MFD2, but EDU1, EDU2. I don't know why they did it like this, but you have to pay attention because at some point in the checklist you will be referred to EDU1 or EDU2, etc. So let's proceed. So landing gear lever confirmed down. There it is, gear lever down. Of course, this is going to be in the up position. So landing gear emergency lock lever confirmed normal. Okay, it's in the normal position and the wire is locked. Parking brake on. So here is the parking brake. When you have that piece of metal visible, it is on, and here it is off. Okay, we're going to put it on, and nose wheel lock on. Here's the nose wheel, and it's the opposite here. When you have the metal part visible, it's released. So you have to push it inside. Now it is on. Cyclic stick. So centered. Collective lever fully down, and it's always good to kind of see if you have allocated your axis properly. And all switches, controls off, guarded, or normal position. Now when you start, this will be on. Those three switches I put it on off because usually they are on off. Okay, and then all the other switches, fuel here off, this one statics guarded here. And by the way, I should put the headset, otherwise I won't be hearing the warning sound. And everything is okay. So let's proceed. Master avionics switch set to ground. It's already on ground. Okay, and after we start the engine, we will put it to norm. And when it's on ground, we will have the PFD and MFD only on pilot side. So battery switch on. So here, if you're going to use the AP ground power unit, you will put it up. But here we're not going to use the APU, so we will put it down for on. Okay, and then Gen bus 1 and 2 switches on.
Warning.
So I will silence it right away. So Gen bus 1 and 2 on. Gen bus here, 1, 2. Gen 1 and 2 on. Gen 1 is here. Gen 2 is here. And then we have the inverters 1 and 2. Inverters is here, 1 and 2. Okay, cockpit lights. So you can adjust the light here, brighter. Okay, but I like to keep it like this during the day anyway. And then external power, like I said, if we had external power, okay, the battery will be on this back EPU, but we are not using external power. Master warning and caution lights, I already kind of, there it is, I have a shortcut, or you can click on it. Okay, I have a shortcut or click. Pilot, PFD and MFD. Okay, confirm on. And like I said, with the avionics master switch on ground, you will have only on the pilot side. Confirm on. Now you verify the software. Okay, now I don't think that we should be paying attention to this really, unless we have a plugin that really gives us those options. But otherwise, here press any key to continue. Here and here. Okay, EDU and ASIS displays confirm on. So EDU on. You need to adjust the brightness. Okay, but anyway, this is where you adjust the brightness, and this is the ASIS. Okay, it's on. Move to the next step. The test function of both can be initiated on either EDU. Okay, so I will use this EDU here. Remember, this is EDU 1, this is EDU 2. I will do the test. So the EDU will do the test automatically, but here you can already check N1 will be at 97.4, tot 820 degrees. So it's just doing the tests, and then after 10 seconds it will return to the previous selected pages. So to do the test here on the EDU, I press M. Okay, now you will have those options here. You just press the corresponding button. So test is here. So I press test.
Fire. Engine 1. Fire. Warning.
Okay. Engine 1 fire, engine 2 fire. And 1, torque, and R as indicated here. And then after 10 seconds, it will return to the previous page. And of course, the test warnings are gone. Next, oral warning generator test. So here is the switch, and the way it works is you have to hold it. If you just click it, it will return back to the position here. So what it will do, it will go through the test, OK, rotor low, engine 1 out, all those warnings. So if you hold it for 6 seconds, then you can release it. It will complete the messages here. So
test OK.
Test OK.
Rotor low.
Okay, so first
engine 1 out. Engine 2 out. Fire. Engine 1 fire. Fire. Engine 2 fire. Warning. Rotor high. Autopilot. Autopilot. Engine idle. Overtorque. Airspeed. Landing gear. Decision height. 200 feet. Altitude.
Okay, so now since we're already up here, what I'm gonna do is already turn on the anti-collision light. You won't find it anywhere on the checklist. That's why sometimes you might tend to forget it. And usually this is it stays on. Okay, it stays on, so that when you are leaving the helicopter, if you left your battery on, you will see the anti-collision light still on. Oh, you know, then you left the battery on. So that's why I always leave this on. But anyway, it's not mentioned in the checklist, so just pay attention to that. So now we have engine gov 1 and 2 switches. So they are here. They should be on auto. Okay, so here it's manual, here it's auto. So both are in auto. And there you have the engine power levers may be operated manually only in case of failure. Okay, but here we don't have failure, so they should be here positioned on flight. Okay, now the engine trim 1 and 2 toggles. So let me kind of put my view in a way that you can see here. So you can see the handles here. Okay, and those are the trims. So confirm correct operation, respective PLA movement and electrical engine noise. So if I move the left one here, okay, you will see the lever move here, and the sound, and here, back. Okay, let's do for the right one. There you go. We saw the correct movement, and we also hear the electrical engine noise. So EDU1 confirm PLA number 1 and 2 caution messages suppressed. And remember, that's why I said you have to pay attention to which EDU is telling you to check. EDU1 is this one. So we don't have PLA 1 or 2. And anyway, there are many messages. You can use the arrow keys here, okay, to look at the other messages. So here, fire extinguisher bottle switch centered. Once again, I repeat, when I'm explaining, it takes time, but when you're going over them, it's much faster, of course. So fire extinguisher bottle switch, there it is. It's centered, and then the extinguisher push button covers closed and conditioned. There, both are closed. Okay. Static source switch norm and guarded. There it is. It is on norm and it is guarded. PLT switch. There it is. It's already on arm. If it wasn't, you put it on in arm position. So next page, servo main hydraulics norm. Zoom for you to see. Servo main hydraulics, here it's on norm. Cabin ventilation knob knobs here. As required, landing gear indications. So because we will be doing a lamp test in a moment. So let me show you here. There it is, 3 green lights, 1, 2, and 3, and there is a red light here. It should be extinguished, which it is. Okay. And now when we will be doing the lamp switch, the lamp test, the red light is going to illuminate here. And as you can see here on the APMS, okay, autopilot management system, we have only those 2 autopilot switches which are illuminated. But when we do the lamp test, all those switches will be illuminated, and we will also have the red light. But because the lamp switch, you have to hold it, because if you release it, like here, the lamp test is here. If you release it, it goes back up. Okay, so you have to click, and then let me already show you on the APMS. You see all the lights are on, and here you can see the red light is on, and now when I release, the red light goes off. All those lights goes off except for AP1 and AP2. Okay, confirm red light extinguished and APMS extinguished when you release the lamp switch, which we already did. Now the 1 engine inoperative switch, there is, it should be in center position. Okay, off. Altimeter set. Let me show you how to set the altimeter. So here, as you can see, it's 10, 13, it's in millibar. So depending on which country you are, you will have either QNH or millibar. So here, let's see what it is. 2971. Okay, so it's not millibar. So 2971. Now, usually both are independent, the pilot side and the co-pilot side, but you can sync it because anyway you don't have a real co-pilot. But anyway, for the ASIS you have to set it manually. So here let's do the pilot PFD first. So how you do it is barrow 2971, isn't it? So barrow, and then you can choose inch of mercury. Here it is, and then you put it to 2971. So you use this knob here, okay, to 2971. Okay, and once you're done, you exit. Okay, and as you can see, this guy here is still on standard. Okay, like here also you use the knob, but it's still giving me millibar. How to choose this one here? So you press on M, and then still you use the knob here to go to set heading, brightness, and all. So you go to barrow type, and then you press the knob here. Okay, and then still using this, you can choose which one you want. So we want inches of mercury. There it is. And then you can set 2971. There you go. So here 2971, here also 2971. Fuel quantity is going to be checked. Okay, so there it is. Fuel, left and right. Okay, fuel check. No chair switch as required. There is as required. I will leave it where it is. And our switch set 200. Now it's located on the cyclic. Let me see if I can position myself so that you can see the figures. Oh, you can see the number 1 here. Maybe if I move it up. So here you can see 102, and center position is auto, down is 100. So yeah, if I move it up to 102, now you can see it's 100. So 102 up, center is auto, 100 is 1, and we need to set it to 100. There you go, completely down is 100. And anyway, it's the end of this page. Rotor brake, engage and confirm rotor brake caution message displayed. So first we have to make sure that it's not being displayed. So here, rotor low, we have other things, cabin door, but not for the rotor blade. Okay, now for the rotor brake, sorry, here you have to click it. This red button goes inside and you apply the rotor brake, and we should see the message rotor brake. Okay, and now disengage and confirm collision message suppressed. So this message rotor brake should disappear. So once again, just choose the finger here and all the way until you see the red button pop out, and let's see here, message disappeared. We've reached the end of this one. 81, confirm start page selected. So once again, remember this is EDU1. There's start page and then you have the cruise page where the limits are maybe different, so make sure it's on start page and then you can return here. Okay, so now we're going to start the engines, and as you will see, at any point it did not mention about the anti-collision light, so you have to make sure that you have the anti-collision light on. It's not going to tell you where it is. Okay, there it is. And then Gen 1 and 2 switches check on. Remember, we already did it at the beginning. Fuel valve, okay, open, pump 1 open. So here, now it's mentioned fuel 1, fuel valve 1, fuel pump 1. But usually what you do is you open all 4. So this one, 1, 2 for the valve, and here for the pumps, 2. Okay, and now we will be starting the engine, and here are the things you have to keep in mind. The light up is to be obtained within 15 seconds, etc., etc. So in case none of this is happening, you need to abort engine start. But anyway, to start the engine, here you have the engine mode. Oops, here you have the engine mode. Okay, for engine left engine 1, here for engine 2. So you just click and put it on idle. So before that, it's always good to kind of get the clock started. Clear! Okay, now we can start the engine.
Warning.
Good. By 15 it should start. There you go, it starts. As you see the torque rising, it starts, and by 40, before it should already, as you can see, the rotors are spinning.
Warning.
And now we just wait for all those figures here to stabilize. Okay, rotors were turning before N1 reaches 40. Let's engine oil temperature. There it is, engine oil temperature, transmission, zoom, engine oil temperature, pressure, transmission, temperature and pressure, check rising, yes, engine starter deactivated, DC1, okay, for DC1 it's off. I have only for DC2. Main hydraulic, confirm rise in main hydraulic pressure when the main rotor begins to rotate. Okay, and hydraulic utility system, initially distorted the activation of the systems of charge. Anyway, I don't have any hydraulic message here. So N2, confirm stabilized to idle 65. Confirmed here 65. And usually I will start engine 2 and then put both to flight. But here it's already telling me to put it to flight, so I will follow the checklist. And then in the next video I will show you another way to start the engine. So here I'm just following the checklist. Engine 1 mode switch set to FLT. So here switch it to FLT, and R should stabilize at 100. Go, stabilize at 100. Make sure the second okay. Now we just need to do the procedure for engine number 2. So we check because we already did it. But here valve 2 we can't open, and then same thing here. We did 2.
Warning.
Idle. This time it's going to do it for engine number 2. 15, okay, start up. Engine number 2.
Warning.
Pressure, okay, stabilized. Okay. There it is. And then this also we will put to FLT, light. There you go. Now I can go ahead and close the door and make sure it's locked. Okay, let's continue. Engine parameters, confirm within limits, transmission parameters within limit. Yep, within limit, back switch confirm on. Now because we have power, let me show that part. Okay, it's stabilized at 100%, okay. We were not using ground power GPU anyway, so NR 100%, there it is. Must avionics set to norm, and when we set it to norm, we will have the copilot, PFD and MFD available. So there it is, set to norm, and we have copilot, PFD and MFD available. So here also you have to verify the software and all, but for us, as far as we are concerned, press any button, there it is. Okay, this brightness and all. Next page, that's when you do a quick start. Aborted engine, dry motoring run, so system check. Okay, so this is going to be a long one when you explain, but otherwise it's pretty fast. So servo switch. Okay, so first here auxiliary. Okay, so make small cyclic clockwise, small cyclic movement. So I'm just moving my cyclic. Here is what I'm looking at, 1453, 1453. As I'm moving, they are both hydraulic system 1 and 2 matching when they are decreasing. They are both matching. Okay, now what I will do is set servo to off. Oops, where it is, there it is, to off. And already, as you can see, this guy is going down, and then same thing, check operation, and there shouldn't be a drop of 70 psi. Okay, so it's 1453. Moving. Good. So now we will put back up to norm. Okay, let it increase, and then we will repeat with 1. There we go. 1 off, 1 going down. So the guy here stabilize, and same thing. We should not have a drop of more than 70 psi. So here we go. Good. So we can put it back to normal, middle position here. There, this one completed. Now cross feed valve auto. So here it is on auto, and you can see the bar is vertical. Okay, when fuel pump 1, 2 is off and cross feed valve is open, 1 to debug should appear in magenta. Okay, so here we will return to the main page here. So main. Okay. Okay, here you have fuel and no message below. Okay, so fuel pump 1 switch off. And here also you don't have any fuel pump message. So fuel pump 1 off. Okay, you have the fuel pump 1 message and the crossfeed here. And this is in magenta. Okay, so fuel pump switch back to on. Message disappears, magenta disappear, and the crossfeed disappear. Now we will repeat with fuel pump switch 2. Fuel pump switch 2. Here fuel pump 2. Same thing. Magenta and crossfeed. And this time we will also put fuel pump switch 1 off. Okay. There you go. Fuel pump 1. Fuel pump 2 and crossfeed. Okay, and then what we're going to do is where it is, next page. Crossfeed valve switch. We will close it, and the crossfeed here will disappear. Okay, crossfeed here will disappear when we close it. There it is, the message disappear. Okay, so crossfeed switch back to auto. Back to auto, fuel pump 1 and 2 on. Okay, there it is. Disappeared. Crossfeed valve switch open, bar horizontal. Crossfeed advisory message activated. Okay, bar horizontal. Crossfeed activated. Auto, bar vertical. Auto, there you go, bar vertical. Crossfeed message suppressed. There you go. So what it means is that even if our fuel pump, electrical fuel pump were off, the mechanical one are still working, so no problem with that. So now inverter. Okay, so for the inverter, we will go back here to auxiliary. Okay, so check for proper reading 115 volts. So 115 volts. Okay, we will turn inverter switch 1 off. Where are you? There you go. Inverter 1.
Autopilot,
off.
autopilot.
That's because inverters
Autopilot, autopilot.
So we just mute it. But what we are checking is we are still getting, 115 volt. Okay, so the one is still on, is taking over. So back to on, and then inverter 2 this time off. Back to on.
Autopilot, autopilot. Autopilot, autopilot.
115, 115. Okay, so now RCP. Let's put this back to on. Now RCP, let me first show you here. Neither on the copilot side nor on the pilot side you have a yellow message here. Okay, so we are going to turn RCP, the AHRS knob, to 1. Now what it's doing is for the ADU, GPS and AHRS, when it's centered, it means that each one is using its own source. Okay, so here we're going to turn it to position 1. HRS, we turn it to position 1, and it will tell you, okay, same HRS. So both are using the same HRS. In this case, it's the number 1. So we will switch to number 2. Still here, same HRS. Same HRS. So it's going to be the same thing for the ADU and the GPS. Okay, so let's do it for the ADU. Of course, you put this back to norm, ADU. This time it will tell you same ADU. Okay. Okay, same ADU. Put it back to norm, and then GPS. Same GPS. Okay. And then where it is, a little bit up, there you go. Same GPS. We put it back to norm. APMS panel, that's this panel here, Autopilot Management System. Confirm all push button lights are extinguished except AP1 and AP2. All extinguished except AP1 and AP2. PFD indicates the pilot's line. So if I'm flying, this arrow should be pointing to my side, the right. If the co-pilot is flying, this should be pointing to his side. Yeah, so this is pointing in the right direction here. So indicates pilot flying. PFD check cyclic centered. There it is. Check consistency between PFD selection arrow, APMS panel, and advisory arrow on PFD. Okay, because we have nothing set here, so we proceed. PR CY trim off. There it is. PR CY trim off. Now AP1 and AP2 push buttons press, and they should now be off, and the message also here extinguishes. There we go. Let's proceed. Just to make sure there's nothing else. Pitot heat. So for the pitot heat, electrics is at 87. Okay, 87. When we switch pitot heat, it should increase. So let's switch 1. From 87 it went to 90. Now let's switch pitot heat 2. From 90 it went to 92. Okay. So check current peak on generator load. Okay. Empty. So this one we can put that to main. Okay. Pitot heat. Okay, and then we will just switch them back off. Oh. So just be careful here. The hotspot for the headset is close. There it is. Set communication and navigation frequency. So here I'm just going to show you. Okay, to set a frequency, here you just press this, and then you use the knobs here. Okay, and for example the ATC, here you click, and then okay, so let's put it back to. Or you can type, okay, here 7600, and now press, there it is. So where do you do this? Here, alt, on, off, or standby, so it's on, here, on, and then return. Okay? There it is. I believe you can switch between two, so return. So this is how you kind of select the frequencies. So mag DG, it's down here. Confirm in mag position. There it is, the HRS. So mag is up, DG is down, it should be up. Altimeter is verify, QNH, and cross-check. And remember, I said it's synced with the copilot, so 2971, 2971, and here also we checked 2971. Gear size, confirm pilot, copilot, indicating 0. Yes, indicating 0, plus or minus 50, but it's indicating 0. Now the radio altimeter, between 0 and 5 feet. It's this radio altimeter, it is 0, and our switch set to auto. And confirm, and our stabilizer is at 102. Now it's at 100, we will put it to auto. Remember, auto is the center position. Where are you? Center position, and it should stabilize at 102. There you go, and on 102. And those three guys, now we can turn them on. 1, 2, and 3. There you go. So I believe for this stage is done. Now before takeoff, etc., when we will be doing the next video where we will be actually flying, we will be using autopilot, inserting flight plans and all. Then we will go through all those checklists here. Now we are going to be doing the shutdown. Because you saw how much time it takes, so if I do everything in the same video, it's going to be way too long. So shutdown, nose will lock on. Remember, when it's in, it's on. Parking brake on. This, when it's out, is on. Condition, collective lever full down. Side click, stick, and pedals center. Oops. So here, collective full down, center, pedals centered. And good. There is no evidence of any. Perform dry motoring run. So engine 1 and 2 modes set to idle, then off. Okay, so usually at this point you can use the chronometer here. So set to idle is this and this, and wait for 2 minutes.
Rotor low. Warning.
Okay, but we won't wait for 2 minutes. You wait for 2 minutes and we switch it off. So off is just this and this. Okay, now you can switch everything else off. Okay, so
Warning.
what we will do is from top to bottom. So these
Autopilot,
guys
autopilot.
shut up, and then these guys. Okay, these guys, this is already on auto, and if we had those guys on, them on off. This one must have a switch as required. Put it on ground. Inverters, generators, everything off. So inverters.
Autopilot, autopilot. Autopilot, autopilot.
So
Autopilot, autopilot.
But off only when
Autopilot,
is
autopilot.
0. So I should have checked actually.
Autopilot, autopilot.
So shut up, because now we are going to turn the helicopter off. There it is. Now in case you wanted to apply the rotor brake, it's mentioned here. Apply below 40% NR. Okay, you will look at NR here, and once it's below 40%, you can apply the rotor brakes. That is complete start up and shut down using the provided checklist. This was quite a long checklist, but it was mainly because I was explaining things and pointing out things. That's why it took so much time. But anyway, when you are familiar with the checklist, you will see that it is much faster than that, way faster actually. And at some point you can even go through the checklist mentally without looking at the actual checklist. And anyway, I will show you another way in our next video when we will be actually flying the helicopter. I will show you a simplified way to get the helicopter started. And as you saw, the shutdown was pretty quick. So that's it. I hope you find this video helpful. If you do, please leave a like and subscribe to the channel. And I will see you in another video. Until then, take care. Bye-bye.